What's going on, people in YouTube land? Kimchi Chris here, and welcome to today's brand new video where I'm going to tell you about the time I met Gene Simmons for free with my mom. But before we jump into that, if you're watching this video when it's all shiny and new, you know what day it is. It's Sunday, May 10th, 2020, and that means it's Mother's Day. And I wanted to do a video related to Mother's Day because I'm usually out of town, funny enough, at the Indie Kiss Expo this weekend. But here we are, Mother's Day 2020. The world's weird, but nonetheless, you know, moms do a lot out there, so it's good to do a video for all the Kiss moms. So I do just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Happy Mother's Day to all the Kiss moms out there. I know there's a lot of them out there, and of course mine is included in that bunch. So let's celebrate her, and if you even somewhat enjoy this channel or somewhat enjoy my dumb stories, then how about you leave a little message for her in the comments below, a nice little Happy Mother's Day message to my mom. She really does enjoy Kiss, and she also really likes Bon Jovi, so if you want to incorporate something related to that, that will definitely make her day. And if we have these up here, you know, before I see her later tonight, I'm gonna read all of these to her and let her see this video. So get those on there like right now if you're watching this early in the day, May 10th, 2020 for Mother's Day. And you know what, if you're watching after the fact, you can still leave a nice little message for her. I'll make sure it gets to her, but you can be part of the Kimchi Mother's Day celebration. That's a weird sounding thing. If you leave the comments, you know, pretty quickly. So get on that. Get on it. Leave a comment. Have a good time. But as great as that is, you clicked on the video because you saw the title above and you wanted to know about my experience meeting Gene Simmons with my mom. And this one does really work well for Mother's Day because she did something where she stepped up and she was a mom. And that's what you're supposed to do if you're a mom. And then you praise those things on Mother's Day. And that's what today is. So let's go back in time. Let's go back in time to 2003. Some of you weren't even born yet. I wasn't that old myself. And some of you are laughing at how much of a baby I am, of course. But nonetheless, 2003 was the year that Kiss invaded America again after the first farewell tour, and they toured with Aerosmith, of course. And on September 23rd, 2003, they came to Nashville, Tennessee, more specifically Antioch, Tennessee. We used to have a venue there called the Starwood Amphitheater, and at that time, Kiss and Aerosmith were like my two favorite bands, so seeing them together was just a match made in heaven. I was so excited, and even on top of it being a double billing that was so incredible like that, it was a very unique time to see the band because you had Tommy and Peter in the band at the same time. Something that didn't last very long. By the next summer, Peter was out again, Eric was there, and we got the version of Kiss that we know and love to this day. But on top of it being a great show, something was brewing in Nashville. That's right. The following day, September 24th, Gene Simmons was appearing at Barnes & Noble to sign these things. That's right. He was signing his new book here, Sex, Money, Kiss, and it was a free signing, something you don't see a whole lot these days. Now, book signings, yeah, they're a little bit different, but on top of it being a book signing, when Gene came out, he got on the PA and said, hey, I'll sign whatever you have. And I didn't pull out all of the stuff, but he did sign a Psycho Circus album flat for me. He signed a magazine. Remember when he put out the Tongue magazine? They had those for sale there. He signed that for me, signed an action figure. He signed the backing board that the Psycho Circus flat was on, which is kind of unique and interesting, but it's also such a weird item to have. I mean, not a lot of people have a just cardboard slip signed by the God of Thunder himself, but nonetheless, he was signing all these things. At first it was just said that he would, you know, sign these books, and that was all well and good, but, you know, he said he'd sign anything, and people were just kind of scrambling for anything they had brought, hoping he might sign things. And it's interesting in hindsight to just think about the fact that people were bringing up stacks of like 20 records, and he was just doing them all, and he was there past his time. He was really good to everybody. The line was just all around the building, and it was an exciting time, and I went there with my mother. Again, here's the whole tie into Mother's Day. Because, plot twist, my mother took me to the show the night before, because up until this time, Kiss shows had always been a family affair for us. I was a little guy, and my whole family, myself, my father, my mother, we all went to see them on the reunion tour, the Psycho Circus tour, and the farewell tour. And for some reason, my dad decided to check out when Aerosmith got involved. Shame on him, of course, but nonetheless, my mom took me to the signing the next day, and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for hours to meet Mr. Gene Simmons. We had to meet him, and it was worth it. You know, there were Kiss fans everywhere. There was camaraderie. There was Kiss music playing. It was a Barnes & Noble, which is a very unique situation to be in with a bunch of old rock and roll guys, but nonetheless, it was a great experience. And funny enough, it's actually one of the 2 times I've met a member of Kiss at the Barnes & Noble here in Nashville. I met Paul Stanley there years after. I'll have to do a video on that at some point, but that one that one doesn't have a plot twist at the end. We've said one plot twist. There's gonna be another plot twist in here because, you know, it wouldn't be a good story if I just went up there and met Gene and that was that, now would it? But back to the story at hand here. Wait in line 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly, but I know it was a long time. I remember hearing tell that Gene was there till like 1 or 2 in the morning and this thing started at like 6 or 7 at night, something like that. And he missed a flight and everything, but he just wanted to sign for everybody because, you know, he's a good guy at the end of the day. And that's what really came through with this whole experience, is just how nice and how genuine and how cool Gene Simmons was. Some people might say it's, you know, it's idol worship or whatever, but he was a very nice guy that day, and you know, you can't take that away from the guy. But we got through the big line. I got up there, got my stuff signed. I couldn't say a word to him, but nonetheless took a picture. He put his arm around me. He was very nice. He did the same with my mom. She actually, you know, had a very good experience as well. Said he was one of the nicest, you know, kind of famous people she had ever met, and all was well and good in the world, or so it seemed. So the way the photos were working is you gave your camera to the person taking the photos, you know, just to kind of speed up the process, you know, makes a lot of sense. They do that at a lot of these autograph signings and photo shoots and whatnot. So luckily, you know, we were at the point in the world where digital cameras had the little part on them, the little screen that you could see the photo immediately. And we got the camera back from the photo person, and I was so excited to see my photo. I was pumped. I was so excited. We saw the one for my mom first, turned out great, and then we saw mine. And guess what? It blurred. So here I was in high school, surrounded by Kiss fans, surrounded by the Kiss Army, there with my mom, having a good day, and I was almost in tears. I just thought that I blew it. I waited in line for all this time. I got up there, I met Gene. There was no way I was getting back in that line, I'm guessing, and you know, photo was blurred. End of day, day ruined. Life was about to be awful for me. But then Kimchi mom stepped in and did the kind of thing that a mom does, and she jumped up there to the guy taking the photos and said, "This photo blurred. We've got to get another one." And he kind of said, "I don't know. You've got to take another one." And I believe it might have been one of Gene's assistants or someone else with them, and kind of overheard what was going. And they said, you know, after this next person, just jump back up there, get the photo, we'll make sure it doesn't blur, you're doing a good job, it's gonna be okay. I think they could sense the urgency, and let's just be fair, everybody fears a mom that, you know, might be on the brink of hurting somebody if something bad happens. So nonetheless, they throw me back up there after the next person or two. Gene kind of just looks at me, and I think he said something like, "Oh, you're back." And I said, "Oh, my photo blurred." Somehow I just I shouted that out. I don't know how I got it out of me because I couldn't hardly say anything to the man, but he said something again like, "Oh, well, we'll make this one good," you know. And they took a photo and it worked out well. And before you ask, I don't know where the photo is right now. Maybe I'll find it down the road and I can share it with you guys. But nonetheless, there you go. Kimchi mom saved the day when meeting Gene Simmons. So even if we had had an awful relationship up to that moment, she would have saved it all with the Gene Simmons moment. But guess what? We did not have an awful relationship up to then, and we still don't, and we still have a great one. And I think making this video will probably, you know, kind of drill that into her head just a little bit more, that, you know, I love her and respect her and all those other fun things, because, you know, those things are kind of important, especially, you know, with everything that's going on in the world right now, especially when you're talking about Gene. I know that he was very close to his mom. I'm sure he's going through some hard times right now with everything in the world. And with this day happening, I'm sure that he's just, you know, having a hard time. So if by some weird, you know, chain of fate that Gene sees this video, Gene, you did a good thing with us. Not that, you know, things were bad, but we've done a lot of things related to Kiss in our lives as a family unit, and we really appreciate that you and Paul and Ace and Peter, Tommy, Eric, everybody has really helped with that, and really, you know, brought ourselves as well as a lot of families out there closer together. That's what Kiss does. It brings people together. The Kiss Army is basically a family, and of course the real family, it kind of helps bring them together. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I didn't really script it out or anything, not that I ever do with any videos, but nonetheless, I guess the summary of this is that moms are cool, especially in the world of Kiss, and especially mine, so happy Mother's Day, just to kind of finish it up there. So with all that being said, I know I've already asked you to leave a nice comment for my mom earlier in the video, and I still think that would be cool if you did that. But if you want to leave another comment and maybe tell me about your experiences with your mom and Kiss, maybe your dad and Kiss, maybe your family overall and Kiss, positive experiences hopefully, maybe if it's a funny negative one, that works too, because a lot of families are Kiss families and it's awesome. So let me know all about that in the comments down below. And if you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the little alarm so you actually get the updates. We're always doing great Kiss, rock and roll, all kinds of cool content around here, and it's fun, and I want you guys to be part of it. I want you to be part of the Kimchi family, so why not be part of the Kimchi family? And hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this, or if you enjoy your mom, or you enjoy anyone's mom in the world, so just give it a thumbs up all around. And again, my name is Kimchi Chris, and I will see you guys on the next video.